Stay safe.
Stay active.
And stay healthy.
Hi guys, I'm Miss Piper from Past Physical Activity and Sports Specialist. Today we are carrying on with our gymnastics lessons. We're looking at lesson 4. We are going to be travelling and balancing on apparatus or equipment. Now, if you're at home like me, don't panic, we can still do this. You will need to go and grab a towel for today's lesson and a pillow or cushion, whatever you've got at home. You'll need 2 pillows and cushions and 2 towels. Now, if you're at school doing this, you might actually be able to use your apparatus throughout the lessons with your teacher's help. Before we get on with the lesson, we do need to do our warm-up. If you want to go and grab your equipment because you're at home, that's fine. Pause the video here, go and grab it, and then come back and join me with the warm-up. Okay, right, so for our warm-up, we're just going to do a bit of a copycat. I'm going to do a shape and you're going to copy me. It's that simple. But it does get a little bit harder because I'm going to stop saying the name of the shape at some point and you'll have to just watch me. Okay, find yourselves a space. Make sure you're not going to bump into anything. Right, our first shape is going to be a straight shape. So our arms go up in the air, feet together. You might also do your straight shape with your arms by your side, and that's fine. Star. So see if you can get into a star shape as quick as you can. Good work, well done. Okay. Tuck. So can we get down our bottoms and bring our knees in to our chest for our tuck? Straddle. So arms and legs go out to the side and we sit up nice and straight. Pike. Arms and legs in front of us. You might also do your pike with your arms in the air. Both ways are fine. Okay, that was quite easy, wasn't it? Let's make it a bit harder. Tuck. Oh, well done. Straddle. Pike. Tuck. Straight. Who can get up faster than me? Straight shape. Star. Straight. Star. And did you notice I stopped saying them and I just got into the shapes? Pike. Straddle. Okay, I think you guys get the idea of that. So, grab yourself a partner, or if you're at home and you haven't got anyone to help you, you can still play the game. Just say the shapes and you try and do it. Right, pause video here to go and do your warm-up. Right, well done for getting on with our warm-up. Now, our first task, we're not using any apparatus or any equipment. We're just going to do a quick recap of the balances we know. Now, over the past couple of weeks, we've done loads. Last week with me, we were looking at high and low balances and point balances, the amount of body parts touching the floor. We're going to get a little bit more technical today. We're going to go into the name of some of our balances. So we are going to start with a front support balance. Now, we did go over this one last week. So let's see if you can remember. If you can remember it, do it now. If you're at school, maybe you can show the rest of the class which move it is. Okay, so if you're not sure, front support. We start with our hands out in front of us, feet behind, and we stretch out. We try to keep our back nice and flat. Now, I like to think that if your back is straight enough, you would be able to keep a glass of water on it without it wobbling off. So that's our front support. Next one is going to be our back support. So again, we sit on our bottoms, we stretch our legs out in front of us, hands go behind, and we just lift up our tummy so there is a nice straight line rolling down. Now, to remember this one and the shape I want, I imagine I've got a ball, it's on my chest, and I'm trying to roll it down my body. So to do that, I have to lift it up so that it will roll all the way down. Okay, so that's front support and back support done. Next one is side support, and there's a couple of ways to do side support because not everybody likes it. Now, side support. I can put my knee down on the floor and that can work as my support. I can lift up on this knee, arm up in the air and hold this balance. You might decide that you don't like balancing on your hand. You can put your elbow down, knee down, and we can lift up. Again, if that's too easy, then we can go into a full side support where we lift our whole body up and our arm in the air. So you can choose which one of those. Right, last two that I'm going to go through is a dish and an arch balance. Now, a dish is where we make our body look like a bowl. So we lay down on our back with our legs out in front of us. And there's two ways to do this. You can either have your arms by your ears or your arms by your side. I'm going to do it with my arms by my side because I haven't got enough room to put them above my head. So I'm going to lay down, and all I do is I lift my legs up so I look like a bit of a bowl shape. That's it. And then my last one is an arch. So I'm going to do it this way because I haven't got enough room. I like to call this one the Superman balance. So all I do is I lay on my tummy, I put my arms out in front of me, and then I lift up and I make it look like I'm flying. So I'm a bit like Superman flying through the air. Okay, right. So we've gone through 5 different balances. Now I want to see, can you remember those 5? And can you and a partner or someone that you're working with help you out? So your challenge is working with a partner, one of you will call out the balance or the name of it, and your partner will try to do it. Remember, the balances are front support, back support and side support, dish and arch. Okay, pause the video here, go and give that a try. Welcome back, well done for going through those 5 basic balances. Now this is where it gets a little bit trickier. So if you are at home like me, you're going to need your pillows, whatever type of pillows or cushions you're using. If you're at school, you might choose that you are going to do this on either a bench, or you could grab one of your floor spots and put that down and use that as your balancing point. Okay, right, let's give this a try. So I've got 2 pillows. I'm going to choose which one I want because one of them is a little bit thicker and a bit harder to balance on, and this one will be a bit easier because it's thinner. So I'm going to start with my easier one, and then I can always get harder. I'm going to put my pillow in the middle of my area, and I'm going to try and see if I can do one of my balances on my pillow. So let's pretend I'm doing a front support balance. I'm going to put my hands on the pillow. If I go back, you can see my hands on the pillow, and I'm going to stretch out behind me. Now this is quite easy because my pillow is nice and flat. If I was to do it on my thicker one, it might make me wobble a little bit. How could I make this balance harder? So whilst I'm doing my front support, is there a way that I can make it harder? I could lift one leg up, I could swap legs, or I could try to lift one, oh, if my socks are not slipping, try to lift one hand up whilst I'm balancing. So I'm trying to make my balances harder. I'm going to try a really fun one. I'm going to try an arabesque balance on top of my pillow. So to do my arabesque, all I'm going to do is put my one foot on the pillow, make sure that I am nice and balanced, nice and controlled, arms out to the side, and I'm just going to lean forward and lift my leg up, and I'm going to see if I can hold this balance. Now you can see my legs are wobbling because of my pillow. And then I'll come back. I'm going to try it on the other leg to see if that one is even harder. That's it, so we hold that balance. Don't worry if you are wobbling like me. I'm going to see if I can balance on my bottom on my pillow. So I'm going to turn and see if I can lift my legs up. I'm just going to do a tuck balance. I might see if I can move it into a piked V-sit balance. So there's lots of things I could do on my pillow. So we're going to give them a try. See if you can come up with as many balances as you can using your pillow or cushion to help you. Okay, pause the video here then, go and give that a try. Right, welcome back guys. Hopefully you've managed to come up with some balances on our cushions. We are going to carry on with the cushions and pillows, and we're going to look at one more task using them. Now we are going to carry on balancing, but we might see if we can balance over the top of our apparatus or our pillow. So I might be able to do, if you can see my white pillow here, I might be able to do a 3-point balance over the top of my pillow. My hands flat on the floor and one leg lifted up. I managed to do that one quite easily. I might do a back support balance over the top of my cushion as well. So that's our first task that you could try, or you can give this one a try. So I'm now using 2 pillows. I'm going to try to use both pillows to balance on to make it even harder. So I'm going to do my front support balance with my hands on my first pillow and my feet on the pillow behind me. And it's really hard because my feet are really wobbly because I've got such a big pillow. But I still managed to give it a try. I might try to do my Arabesque balance on my cushion and then go down into a big, tall 3-point balance with my leg up in the air. There's lots of things I could do. So that's our second challenge, balancing on 2 cushions or 2 pillows to make it harder. Right, our last challenge. I did say we were going to be travelling on our equipment. So what I would like to see is you balance on your first pillow or cushion, come back onto 2 feet, and then we're going to jump over to our second cushion and pillow. Make sure they are nice and close because I can stretch my foot and I can touch mine. So I'm going to do my balance. I'm going to hold, whoa, maybe not, let's try again. I hold it for 3 seconds, so 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to jump forward onto my second cushion. Now, hopefully you guys can see. I'm going to move back a bit to make sure you can see that. So I'm going to balance on my first cushion for 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to swing, jump forward, and land on my second, making sure that my knees are bent and my arms are out in front of me. So there's a few challenges there that you can do with both pieces of apparatus. So pause video here, go and give those challenges a try. Right, welcome back guys. So hopefully you have practiced your balancing on and over your pillows as well as maybe a little bit of jumping. So we are going to move our pillows, put them to the side, and we're now going to use our towel. So I would like you to grab your towel. If you are at school, you might be using the benches for this one. Right, I am going to fold my towel in half and then fold it in half again so it's nice and thin. So we want just a thin bit. And then, as you can see behind me, I'm going to lay it down like a nice straight line. This is going to make a gymnastics piece of equipment. And hopefully you've managed to work out what it looks like. That's right, it's a beam. So we are going to try to start with to travel along our beam. Now the most important thing to remember is to keep ourselves balanced. So on our towel, we're going to need to make sure we keep our arms out to the side. And we're looking forward, so if we look down, it makes us all wobbly and we might fall off our beam. So arms out to the side, standing up tall, and all we're going to do is try to walk forward along our beam. All right, I'll go back to the beginning. You might have 2 towels, like I have, and you could put 2 towels together so that you've got a longer walk along your beam. So I'm going to try again. Arms out wide, standing up tall, and I'm just going to walk along my beam. Fantastic. Right, that is a little bit easy, so let's make it a little bit harder. This time, we're going to be up on tiptoes. We're walking on tiptoes on our beam. If you do lose your balance like I did, just go back onto flat feet, control, and start again. Good. Okay, right. We're going to go one more time up on tiptoes. Now, if you are doing amazing at this, see if you can do it with your arms in the air. That's super hard. So on our tiptoes with our arms in the air. Okay. Now there are lots of types of travels we can do on a beam. We can walk along our beam. We can do turns on our beam. So to show you that one, I would step forward. I would then start turning as I'm walking along my beam. That's a little bit tricky, that one. So you need to make sure that you know where your beam is. So I'll show you one more time. Step, and then I start turning around my beam and get to the end. You could try, from last week's lesson, our step and stretch walk. So we stretch and step, and then we lift our leg up and we stretch and step. We lift the other one. So at this point, we are balancing on one leg when we're doing our stretch. I'll show you again. So our stretch and step. We stretch and step, lift our leg up, look, we're balancing, stretch and step to the end of our beam. See if you can give that a try for me. So pause the video here, see if you can travel along our beam. Okay, right, now that you've practiced travelling along the beam, can we practice any type of jumping on our beam? So it's slightly different this time. Now remember, our beam is a towel. If you're on a slippery floor, just be super careful. You might decide that actually you're just going to stand next to it and do your jumping. But if you have got a carpet on your floor, then this should be fine. So we are going to get to the middle of our beam, keeping ourselves nice and balanced with our arms out to side. And we're simply going to try to jump up and put our feet back down. Are we ready? So we jump up and our feet back down on the beam. And then I can carry on walking to the end, and I might decide that I'm going to do a nice big straight jump off the end of my beam with a really nice landing shape. Let's try that again. So I get to the middle of my beam, and then I'm going to do my jump up, hold my balance and land, step to the end, and then I do my nice big straight jump off. So we've managed to do that as well. Pause video here, see if you can come up with any types of jumps on our beam. You might even be able to jump and turn and land on the beam. So pause video here for me, give that a try. Okay, right, we are getting on to the last challenge with our beam. We've looked at travelling, we've looked at jumping, so what's left? That's right, balancing. Who can balance on their beam? Now we're going to start with a nice simple one. We're going to get to the middle of our beam and we're just going to try our flamingo. But we only lift our foot up a little bit. Arms out to side, lift our foot up a bit. Good, and we hold that for 3 seconds. Now, if you think you can hold this for even longer, you could lift your leg up in front. I'm going to turn to side so you can see. So that it's a bit like a tuck shape. And we hold this on our beam. Now, again, you might be finding this really easy. So let's make it one step harder and go into a full arabesque where we have our arms out to the side and our leg straight out behind us. Okay, now you might have seen, if you watch gymnastics on the television, like you watch the Olympics or even the Winter Games or the World Championships, sorry, not the Winter Games, World Championships, you might have seen some gymnasts that sit on their beam and are able to do some balances. So they might sit on their beam and do a V-sit balance. Or they Right, I hope you guys had fun coming up with all those balances and travels and jumping on the beam. There's lots of very hard work, I'm sure. I have turned my beam into a tabletop. So I just unfolded my towel and made it a little bit bigger. And that's why I'm just sitting in the middle of it so you can see. Now, a tabletop is a piece of equipment that we would use in gymnastics. It is known as the vault or the vault. So it's where we run and then you jump and land on it. Now, we're not going to be doing any of that today, but we are going to be looking at the balances we could do on top of it. And I'm sure there's loads that we could try. So your tabletop might be a little bit bigger than mine, so it might be a bit easier. I want you to try how many balances you can do on your tabletop. For example, I can do a 3-point balance. I can do a 1-point arabesque balance. I might even be able to balance just on my knees. I might be able to do a small front support balance where I lift my legs up, see if I can keep my legs on my tabletop. So there's lots of balances I could try. I could definitely try sitting on my bottom and doing my tuck or V-sit balance. So there's lots of ideas, and I'm sure your ideas are going to be a lot better than mine. So can you set up your tabletop and see if you can give it a try? How many balances can you do? So pause the video here and give that a try. Okay, well done. We are going to try and link our balances with our jumping. We can't really travel on a tabletop, it's not big enough, but we definitely can do some jumping. So I'm going to choose one of my balances. I'm going to choose my 3-point balance for this one. So my 3-point balance, I'm going to hold it for 3 seconds. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to stand up nice and tall and get ready to jump off. So I'm going to jump and land. Now, I might decide that I'm just going to do a straight jump, or I could try maybe a star jump this time to make it a little bit different from our beam. Shall I show you one more time? Okay. So we're going to balance on our tabletop for 1, 2, 3, stand up, oh, keep my balance, and big jump and land. And that's it. Can you give it a try? Can you do a balance and jump off with a really nice landing, nice and controlled and balanced? Pause the video here for me, go and give it a try. Right, welcome back guys. Well done for giving that a try, balancing it on the top of our tabletop and combining it with a jump. Now we are getting towards the end of our lesson and I'm sure we're probably getting a little bit tired. So this is our last task, so don't panic. Now for this task, I have decided that I'm going to use my tabletop. So I've turned my towel into a tabletop. And you might also be able to see that I've set up my beam again with my other towel going all the way down here. So I've got a beam and then I've got my tabletop. Now I am going to decide a small sequence that I'm going to make up using my beam and my tabletop. Now I put my beam and tabletop quite close together so that I can just step over them. You might decide that you're going to have a bigger gap and you will jump off of your beam and land and then travel somehow to your tabletop. And remember, there's loads of different types of travels that we can do. I'm going to show you my sequence. Now my sequence only has 2 balances in it at the moment because I've only just started. So I'm going to get to start with my beam. I'm going to do my step stretch. Arms out to side. I'm going to step and stretch, step and stretch. I'm going to do my Arabesque balance because it's my favourite. So I'm going to hold my Arabesque balance out. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 and step and stretch. And like I said, I can just step onto my tabletop. Now my tabletop, I am going to try and do my V-sit balance, which involves me sitting on my bottom. So I'm going to crouch down on my tabletop and I am going to do my V-sit balance. So my legs out, if I go this way you'll be able to see. Legs out in front, arms to the side for 1, 2, 3. And then I can jump back up, get ready and do a nice straight jump off of my tabletop. Just show you one more time. So I am going to stretch and step into my Arabesque for 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to step across to my tabletop and get into my V-sit for 1, 2, 3. Climb back up and get ready for my nice big straight jump. And that's it. That's my small sequence done. You might decide that you are going to put some more balances or some more travels or even try and put a jump on your beam into your sequence. So there's 2 things I want you to do. You're going to make up your sequence either on your own or with a partner. They could help with some ideas. And then once you've done that, I want you to show your sequence to somebody else and see what they think. What did they really like and why did they really like it? Okay, pause the video here to go and do your last task. Okay guys, I hope you've had time to practice your sequences and to show each other. If you haven't, don't worry, you might be able to do it in one of the other lessons. Now, if you haven't already spoken to the person you've watched about their routine, do it now quickly. Tell them what you liked and why you liked it. Right, we are going to get on with our cool down because we need to cool our bodies down because I am very worn out, so you must be as well. We're going to do some simple stretches like we did last week. So find yourselves a space. I am going to sit in my pike shape, my legs out in front of me and my arms up to the sky. I'm going to take a nice big deep breath, and as I breathe out, I'm going to stretch down to my toes. So breathe in and out, and we stretch down to our toes as far as you can go. And we're going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a big deep breath in, stretch a little bit further when you blow out. Breathe in, blow out, stretch further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, legs in our straddle shape, stretching up to the sky. We're going to tick-tock over to one side. We're going to tick-tock all the way over. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back to the middle. We're going to tick-tock over to the other side. So tick-tock, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back to the middle. And we are going to tick-tock straight in front of us. So tick-tock forward as far as you can go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, right, we are gently going to bring our feet together, make our legs look like a butterfly, and we are going to try and just flutter our wings and see if we can get our knees a little bit closer to the floor. Or you can try and get your chest down to your feet. You can decide. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If there are any other stretches you would like to do, you can do them. But thank you for joining in with our lesson, and well done for working so hard. I might see you again soon. Remember, stay safe, stay active, and stay healthy.